FBI, Episode 4, by Alexander Lohmann. Witness Protection. Read by Ned Irving. It was dark on the docks of the Upper Bay. A few isolated lamps were lit at the edge of the run-down pier and in front of the red brick buildings on the adjacent property. The smell of the sea, exhaust fumes, and decaying seaweed wafted in from the harbor. As he had promised, the gate was open, and Laura Rabinski hurried inside, crouching down low between the rusty containers. Myra, she reminded herself. Her name was now Myra Anthony, and her old life was history. After all these years, she had still never gotten used to it. A noise made her flinch. A shadowy figure was hiding beside a pile of pallets. Myra's free hand went to her bag. The stranger in the shadows turned away and shuffled further into the gloomy darkness. Myra heard a muffled clatter and could vaguely make out the edges of the bulging bags in the man's hands. It was just a homeless person, looking for trash along the unsecured areas of the docks that he could use towards cheap booze. Myra relaxed, as much as she could. Noise drifted over to the harbor from the busier parts of Brooklyn. There was still activity there at this hour. Floodlights lingered on the rooftops. The seedy warehouses that Myra was moving between were in an area that was dodgy and unsafe even by day. The cracks in the brittle concrete were filled with weeds. A few sparse containers stood amid the junk and old construction vehicles, which might have been simply parked there, or perhaps were waiting to be transported as scrap. Now at night, everything was deserted, although Myra imagined smugglers and other gangsters lurking behind every corner. But she trusted the man who had asked her to come. She owed him everything, and if he wanted to talk to her in this secluded location, he must have a good reason for it. She looked around. "Come to the edge of the water," he had said. Myra went to the end of the broad pier. A particularly dilapidated brick building with empty windows stood to her left. In front of it lay the remains of a collapsed metal shack, an even more hazardous mess of metal leading from the pier.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?